Alrighty. The first question is, what things do you associate with when you think about me?
Good question. Music. Anytime I hear acoustic guitar, somebody playing acoustic guitar makes me think of you. Certain jokes or certain way. You have your own way of laughing or your own humor. And when I hear somebody say something similar or laugh that same way, it instantly brings you to my mind. But predominantly would be the acoustic guitar, which I miss having in this place since you've been gone.
Imagination. You have a great imagination. You're very artistic, and I think Einstein said imagination is better than intelligence, and I agree.
Joy. Meaning you're usually upbeat. You have a challenge in front of you, and you're going to conquer that challenge. But you take the challenge and you take it with a joyful mood, not dragging your tail or anything.
Because I think you know when to leave people alone. I think that's why you're gentle. I think you do a lot of kind of silly things, and I think you're very carefree as a person.
I see you as a very ethereal person, as an eighth dimensional being, if that's a term that makes any sense to you. I see you as a very and I don't mean this in a bad way at all, and I hope it doesn't come across that way. I think it's one of the most endearing qualities about you. It's very attractive to people. Is you're very dreamy and whimsical, and I don't know. We've discussed this before, and you did say that maybe this was a younger version of you that I was more familiar with. But yeah, you sometimes feel just like a character in a movie or a book.
Being a little freak, art, tattoos, being the person I like to spend time with. Oh, also fruit juice I associate with you.
Accurate.
Yep.
The second question is, what is the least pleasant and most pleasant memory that you have of me?
Oh, God.
I would have to come up with the most pleasant. No, I mean because there's so many. Offhand, one thing I can think of is right when you were born, and I told you this before, but you lifted up your head, opened your eyes, and looked right at me, which babies aren't supposed to do that. They're not supposed to be able to do that, and you did, and that's pretty awesome.
The most positive memory and pleasant that I still think of you often is when you're walking with your daddy and you're only about 2.5, and you're walking along and Dad says, "Okay, all done," and you go, "No, I'm done. No, I'm done." And I remember that. And the worst is I stayed at your house and I had a terrible case of the flu. And I told you to behave, and you guys were hell on wheels, and I finally got out of that bed and I said, "Knock it off." And you said, "Grandma, it's the first time you've ever yelled at us."
I have a lot of really pleasant memories of you. I remember one time in high school you got me In-N-Out and we ate it in the secret room in the theater building on top of the theater. That was fun. That was a pleasant memory. I have this memory of you on stage one day, and I was in the audience talking to you and kind of messing around, and we were trying to make each other laugh, and you were imitating like those car inflatable things that blow up and move their limbs around really erratically. And so you were doing that on stage, and no one else picked up that we were having a conversation, and so it looked really spastic, I think, to everyone else's view. But that was really funny. I have a lot of pleasant memories of you waiting after school with me as well, because I used to not be able to get picked up until like 5 p.m. or so I had like 2 hours where I had to wait, and you would wait with me, and we would make up like tag games to play and just, go to the little nooks and crannies of the campus, and yeah, I have a lot of pleasant memories.
Least? See, this is the thing. I feel like I don't have a lot of like standout least favorite memories with you, because I feel like all the like bad stuff is like, it's not really memories, because it's all this like really small stuff that I don't remember it like a few days later what we were even on about. Favorite memory of you? Man, I have so many favorite memories of you, because you're the person I love the most. Why is this so hard? I feel like knowing you for this many years, it's hard to come up with a favorite memory. Favorite memory of you is when you said you loved me on the phone and I didn't even realize it, and then when I told you that you'd probably hate me because I said that I loved you in person, you said that you'd already let it slip on the phone. That was a good memory for us. Least favorite memory was in the summer of whatever it was, 2018 or something, when I was like hanging out with all my friends and stuff, and you were like, I feel like I don't know who you are anymore.
There was a million great funny times with us, a million adventures, a million funny jokes.
What about a least favorite?
Probably the day you left. Not that it was anything, bad that you did. It was just so shocking. It was ended up in the long run, I think, probably to be a good thing. But at the time, it was just from 17 years of taking care of this person and focusing on them, to have them just say, okay, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. It was shocking.
The last question that I have for you is, if you had to describe who I was to a stranger and the role that I've played in your life, what would you tell them?
You made me into a mother. I would describe you as fearless in exploring this environment and the world and taking risks, sometimes at your own detriment, but yet there is value in that, not living in fear, but willing to risk to live life fully.
I've been alive a long time. I've met a lot of people, and we're not all the same. We all deserve to be treated the same, but we're not. Everybody's different, and you're a step above. And I'm not trying to blow your head up and enlarge your ego, but be confident in yourself. Be confident that you can absolutely do whatever you want to, because you can. You have the ability, you have the strength and the common sense and the smarts to do it all, whatever you want.
Well, I do this often because I'm old. We talk, old people. I think that you took the world by its tail. You left right after you graduated, didn't have much money in your pocket, and off to New York you went. And you made it. You made it as a barista. You made it now in school. And I said, who you are is, I am so proud of.
I would say you've played the role of a mentor, a very close friend, a confidant, a teacher, sometimes like a parent, and a kind of introducer to a lot of things in the world I would not have known otherwise.
I don't know. I guess I would just say that you have been, one of the best friends I've had, and that I see you as someone who's very special to me, but also to the world, because you are so different in a lot of ways from other people, in ways that I think are positive, for the most part, but yeah. I don't know, yeah.
I'd say she an absolute freak, and I don't think I could live without her.
So a stranger's just like, who's that? And you're like, she an absolute freak, and I don't think I could live without her.
Yeah, the absolute freak that I love and I couldn't live without.
Cool.